GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. Action, Dabatola, Toki in the zone. Breaking down the latest, straight to your phone. From Web 2 shifts to Web the waves. News, deep dives, hot takes for days. Tech's evolving, the world's in spin. Markets move, let's lock it in. Genzio's here, no time to snooze. Tune in now, get the news. GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. GM, start the show.
GM, everyone, what's going on? We are back, and if you happen to catch a little bit of that was Action, I think, trying to play along to the intro.
No, hopefully nobody heard that. I was just literally trying to find a key, bro. It's an E, by the way.
Oh no, we heard that.
Okay, great.
So, what's going on, guys? Toki in the house, Action in the house. I'm in a house. Yeah. What's going on?
I'm just reading the messages Toki's sending over here.
And I'm going to do what everyone should be doing right now, and that would be retweeting the stream, and drop some comments, and do all that great stuff. And we will get started here talking about, I don't know, the markets and different things.
Well, Toki, you put out a tweet on Genzio's account, didn't you? Was that you?
Which one?
About GM Live, man.
Actually, yeah, that was me this morning.
Yeah. Okay, I figured so.
Indeed,
So I want to make sure people know exactly what we're talking about. Let me share this tab instead. I need to get out of this space because I was definitely just catching some followers. You know how that goes. Action right there. Did you see this, Scott? Make sure I get Toki back on stage. There you are.
I did not see that.
Yeah, look at that.
Was I tagged in it? No.
You weren't tagged in it. He didn't tag anybody, bro. You know, Toki doesn't do that. He's just letting people know that upcoming.
No, well, this week, as far as what we're doing, I guess we'll talk about markets and just how the week's starting off, and then Wednesday talk about tariffs.
Is it terrific or terrifying?
It's terrifying. And then GDC, which actually is going to be really awesome because we got people up at GDC.
We do indeed.
Snooch is going to be there. Who else is out there? Action, you going up there for a little bit? Or are you going to skip this one?
I don't know. Up to you. Up to
me.
You. Up to you.
Up to you. It's up to you, Action.
I love how he just loses it every time. No, honestly, I don't know. Like, we'll see how my week plays out. I have things to do basically every single day at the office, but we'll see if I get called out last minute and I can catch that $99 flight up to San Fran. I might. I just might.
Is that the Spirit flight?
The flying bus?
No, that's
literally.
That's literally as baggage on the Spirit flight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, I think they're changing a couple of these airlines too. Even the ones that were charging before, now they're making it even more expensive and worse. So, yeah, but other airlines aren't so bad. But there was a lot in the news actually regarding was that American Airlines flights and prices being cheaper. I didn't necessarily see it across the board because looking at token flights, they were pretty much on par with what they should be about 6 or 8 weeks out from an overseas trip like that. But I'm actually looking forward to Token 2049 this year and that week because we're going to have our KC stream and lots of great interviews and things going on. There's actually a couple conferences, and I'll be rolling with the crew that we had in Denver pretty much, and that's going to be pretty sick.
See what I'm excited for?
What's that?
We're gonna see Doodles. Finally, after however long it's been that he's now going to be in Thailand, we're going to see Doodles and see what he's like after living the Thailand life.
After living in Thailand for a couple months, and he'll be back with both hands working. It'll all be healed up. No, you know, I mean, I'm stoked for him because I feel that, you know, especially with how crypto is, and you could be a digital nomad. You could, you know, he's got great influence, a lot of followers. He's really smart in the markets. And, you know, I think there's a lot of stuff that he's doing that you could do from anywhere in the world, but be able to go over there. He's at that, you know, that good age where, you know, you might as well take the chance if you could do it, get out there and see the world, get cultured. And, you know, I mean, otherwise it's like what he was going to be in Canada and try to move to the States and end up paying like $4 or $5 grand a month between mortgages and taxes and cars and all that other stuff. I mean, that's like a year of rent, bills, and food in Thailand and money left over. So,
for what he's doing, I think it was like $350 a month or something like that. So
it's absurd.
Yeah.
So I could understand why there's so many people now that work in crypto or Web3, and they just sort of bounce between like Thailand, what's it called, Singapore, even Dubai, because considering a lot of people think Dubai is really, really expensive, and it can be, but it's also fairly decently priced compared to major cities
here, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it could be as expensive as you want because there are, you know, in the malls you could be buying luxury items and going ridiculous out there. But
what kind of luxury
otherwise
items? Like, what would one buy in Dubai, Scott?
Actually in Dubai they buy license plates. Seems to be the most expensive.
I'm talking about you buying Louis Vuitton shoes.
Oh, I didn't get them in Dubai. I got them in a much less cool place. It would have been awesome to be like, yeah, I got these ones in Dubai. But oddly enough, the sneakers that I did get, I can't find and haven't seen at any of the stores in any cities in the rest of the world. But go figure.
Fake, that's why, right?
What?
They're probably fake.
No, I won't say
like
it's
for that
possible.
They better not be fake.
No, they better not be fake. But I got them in Orlando, so I think it was Orlando. Was it Orlando or Miami?
No, that's so random.
I know. I think it was during that conference that we're all at. TCH, THC, WTCH,
THC, something else.
The world.
Hold on a second. I have the pass hanging up here somewhere.
You're like Taco. You got a whole stack of passes.
I got a whole stack of passes now. I'm like, now it's gonna drive me crazy because,
you know, the only pass that I am upset about that you don't have.
TWC Web3 Cup. That was it. What's that? Yeah, you know, I should have had that.
That one. You
invited me out for all the filming. I should have been out there, but it is.
It's okay. You can talk to me. Okay. Don't feel bad. Like, it's okay. Yes, you can just click share and you can share away. We can get you all set up to share a screen. If you got something to share with us.
All right, I just want to push that over to you for
I see it on the bottom of the screen, but I don't actually see it yet. It is loading. So something else you want to make sure you do when you're sharing your screen is zoom in a little bit so that you can actually see things. I'm going to put it on the screen so people can see what it looks like. Yeah, go ahead and hold Control and hit plus. Control plus and see how. Yeah, there you go. Now I can see that I can get wholesale pricing to the public with budget costs.
Budget costs.
We need them.
No, this is one of the topics that I really wanted to cover with you guys because I know that we've talked about it in a few of our spaces, but genuinely there's a lot of speculation, and it comes down to Trump creating his actual cryptocurrency reserve. I know that.
You help yourself. Let's talk about Trump, huh?
Say that again.
You can't.
Where's your jacket?
Talk about Trump.
Well, hold on a second.
Hold on.
We cannot have this conversation unless Toki puts on his jacket and then we could resume with this. This is
Yeah. I agree. I completely agree. So it's free.
Look at
All right, he's back.
yeah, that thing is solid.
All right, we got
a
a
leather jacket. Look at that thing.
Got this.
We'll screenshot.
Wait a
that.
minute, hold on a second. On the patch, does his ear have
Oh, yeah.
blood? Oh, my
yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
God, that is insane.
It's so good.
That's
It's
hilarious.
so good. And this
So-
thing fits so good too. Oh man.
So bring us up to speed with your parties and your guys.
Well, first off, if you wear
Reserve
this
here.
in public, you get a lot of looks, no matter where you are.
Both good and bad, I'm sure. There's probably people
Oh,
that
yeah,
are like,
especially
yeah,
when I
brother,
am.
and then there's probably others that are like, get away.
I really
No,
want to
it's
wear a
not.
MAGA hat in California, bro. My wife doesn't let me. She thinks I'm gonna get assaulted.
So, see, that's what I have to be worried about. If you go into the city around here, I'm a little bit, it's not as
But I
nice.
just want to do it for fun, bro. Like I just want to be the contrarian in the street. You know what I mean?
I'm not as brave as Oz wearing a Trump jacket in southern Georgia, where he's
Don't
just
you-
like,
Don't you
That
want
was
to go like
incredible.
viral? Just go to like a very liberal conference with that jacket on, and then put like ticker Trump like on a sign and just walk around, and you'll go viral. I'm sure there'll be tons of clips of you out there, and you probably get some more. You probably get a little of that sponsorship money. And, get a little more of that sponsorship money right there. You're like, I'm not just going to crypto events. I'm gonna go to rallies.
it's not out of the question, I guess.
You're like, how much is this check? But no, so you're saying here what Trump is looking to create or establish a cryptocurrency reserve. First thing I noticed out of this is it doesn't say Bitcoin in that title.
Womp womp. Wait, I mean, that's better.
I mean,
Now,
I would think that
whatever-
Bitcoin Ethereum is pretty much, I think you even tweeted this before, a default of what they were looking at. But I just saw, as soon as I saw that scroll, it said something about raw pork. And I'm like, now I got a curveball in there. What's going on?
No, so it basically goes over the conversation of what they were talking about on the NPR, like show itself.
Mhm.
It's a little bit interesting because they were talking about like the strategic reserve of commodities, which genuinely for the United States, that's actually very good to have. It's a very healthy thing to have. So seeing some of that talk before they're going into like the more digital space, especially towards Bitcoin conversation, it was nice to hear the different viewpoints, especially because I really do enjoy the agriculture that the United States has. It's a big deal for my family. But beyond that, whenever they went into what the administration's talking about, the plans as far as like what the Bitcoin is right now, how much we have, and what we're going to be using it towards, it's awesome. Like almost all of it looks like it's the seized Bitcoin that we have, and it looks like there's a few other cryptocurrencies that are on the list of seized cryptocurrencies for the United States. So I'm curious if they're going to be using some of the other ones that are listed in that one. But specifically, the initial conversation was very much about how Bitcoin is going to be a big play here. And I do think they missed out on the title. You are correct. But so far, it seems as though the administration's staying true to what they told us back at the Bitcoin conference, that
So
there really is going to be a strategic reserve and that we are going to be using some of the funds that we've had sanctioned away. There's more that we've taken, not just from the Silk Road. So there's, well, yes, that is a large.
yeah, I'd like to see
portion.
purchase Bitcoin and purchase crypto go into there besides
Yes.
confiscated confiscated or whatever you want to call it.
But to be fair, this is literally the opposite of what Germany did.
Yeah, Germany dumped and then Bitcoin just shot up, and then they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And they should have held all that. They had, I believe, some law that said that technically couldn't, but they're also the government, so couldn't they just have, proposed an update or a change to it because they just sold off
They
Huh.
definitely could have proposed their own strategic reserve, and there were people within their government who had proposed it.
Yep.
Because there was a 2-year policy inside Germany. That means if you held your crypto for 2 years inside Germany, it was tax-free. So they were trying to get a new proposal within their own government to kind of basically help out their own government with their own debts. And instead of making that strategic reserve, they sold all of their reserve right there, essentially.
Womp womp.
Yeah, no, not necessarily the best situation for them. But then again, they've also made a lot of dumb decisions by putting a lot of reliance back on Russia for their energy supply. So I'm not really looking towards Germany for my
For your financial advice?
Yeah.
No, I saw something, being with the reserve, I saw a conspiracy, I'll say a conspiracy poster video a little bit about the crypto reserve, and somebody was saying,
Wait, is it BitBoy on his link shop?
No, there's a bunch of that stuff from the weekend, but no, they're the conspiracy, and I call it a conspiracy. I'll just say that just because it seemed a little I guess, yeah. No, sorry, you got me thrown off now with the BitBoy thing.
This stream
The
brought to you
conspiracy.
by Hederathon. Check out Hederathon 2026 for the best insights on what's happening in the ecosystem. Go ahead, Scott.
No, somebody was saying, or the video was saying that obviously the administration is looking to make money off of, or specifically the Trump family looking to make money off of crypto and Bitcoin or whatever. But they were sort of saying that being we have all this debt, that the administration was really looking at, in a sense, transferring all our debt onto Bitcoin. And then what would that do to Bitcoin? It's basically sort of shifting our debt into Bitcoin and then getting away from Bitcoin. And they had this whole drawn out argument for it. And I'm not going to say that it's like, oh, wow, that really sounds plausible. But it's one of those things like when you listen to somebody who talks about flat Earth, where you're like, this is definitely can't be possible. But there's one or two things that you're just like,
Obviously,
all
Scott
right,
heard the news about Tila Tequila over the weekend that she's a flat earther.
what? Is there
Oh, no.
more flat earthers?
Yes, more. They keep coming out.
Isn't it always surprising when someone who has the money to fly around the world starts to question whether or not the world is flat, and you're like, just go do it. Literally go do it.
I'm wondering where things like those thoughts come from. Like if it's just out of like boredom and having a lot of money and sitting around and you're just like, living in your own little bubble. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh, flat Earth sounds great. I don't know.
Flat Earth sounds great.
Yeah. Looking at too many TikTok videos, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're doing. Otherwise,
No, that's what I'm doing too. No,
it's
definitely a bunch of crypto conspiracy theories on TikTok. I should screen capture a few.
You
share
should. That should be a segment that you bring on every week, Scott.
Oh my
I think
God.
that'd be
Sort
great.
of like the Family Guy. You know what really grinds my gears? Like that sort of segment, but like
Bingo.
we do a twisted version of what grinds our gears in crypto.
Do you know what really blocks my chain?
Jesus Christ. It works. It definitely does. All right, so we're going down that road now.
Oh,
So
man.
what other conspiracies and crazy stuff are there than crypto? You know what? Maybe we should
IFC. Oh,
Yeah, look, I gotta share this. IFC. We'll get there. Here's a.
Oh, what are we gonna have? So what is there? We're getting into what is it? The gossip part of the
Oh no,
the
not
segment.
yet.
So now we have what we go from like sort of hello introductions, sort of news, and then it's like gossip, and then what?
I mean,
and then we just all the
Hello,
relevant stuff.
is it me you're looking for?
Action, and now it's your segment. Take us away.
All right, guys. Sounds like thank you for all your terrible traders out there, because that's how North Korea is actually mimicking you guys to bypass detection.
What?
This is the funniest thing I read all weekend. So North Korea crypto thieves are mimicking terrible traders to bypass detection. So like they're opening accounts and they trade, but they trade poorly on purpose so that they have these unlocked accounts, dude. It's the
they don't want to do too well, because if they start doing well, you know, I won't name exchanges, but there's a lot of them like Mixi and a bunch of others that have notoriously locked up accounts.
Yes.
I mean, there's a couple I know that have locked up right now that worked with them, that have reps there that, you know, that aren't from the States too. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I just thought that was a pretty funny one, and I want to make sure y'all saw it. Because
so wait, hold on a second. The thing that really grinds my gears about that article is
blocks my chain.
blocks
you
my
don't want to
chain.
get copyrighted.
It says that it says they're mimicking terrible like trading behavior. Could it just be that most of them are like most people and just suck regardless? Like they're good at hacking. North Korea, you're great at hacking, I guess, crypto stuff, but maybe you just really just suck at trading. I don't think that you mimic crappy trading. You can just be crappy trader. No?
no,
I mean, I guess it would depend on how they're doing it. Like,
I'm just saying by default, if you had like, let's say 100 people in their squad trading this stolen money, you got to think that at least 90% of them just suck at trading.
No,
they can't all be great. Is that what you're saying?
All right, no. So here's how they're doing it. So here's
get into details here, because
a method, right? Okay, so
yeah, I want to know the method, because if everyone just signs up and just starts trading to like launder the money, I'm going to say like 9 out of 10 people suck at trading. So
yeah, they set up trading bots, right? And they're basically trading against their trading bots and allowing their trading bots to win over them.
Please tell me they're doing copy trading too, and they just find people who suck. Like, we're going to be horrible today, and this is how we're going to do it. We're going to look at this person's wallet. They've been really.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what they're doing. Like, there's 2 analysts that actually came out and talked about this. So it's not like a one person like, oh, I think this is what's going on. Like they've actually like verified this on chain too, which is hilarious. So they're just taking advantage of the bots to make the money on the back end, so they look like bad traders, and then that account doesn't necessarily get flagged.
That's so impressive.
I mean, you got to think about, like, these are the same guys that had like the safe hacked for a while and didn't do anything about it until the right moment, until they could actually extract $1.5 billion.
Yeah, so it's got to be crazy to off ramp that amount of money as well too. They're probably just moving it,
a lot of it into Bitcoin already.
Yeah, they'll probably just move Bitcoin and do black market trades with that. I mean, right now they're talking about what Russia and several countries are doing oil trading in Bitcoin.
Correct.
No.
What?
No one's doing that.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Bypass all the sanctions and things, So it's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's been
1.5 billion. Yeah, it's been happening, but 1.5 billion is a lot. Then again, once you get it, and if you're North Korea, at that point, you don't care. You're like, yeah, okay, you know that we have it. Like, it's just a matter of them finding people to do business with to use it. Once they have it, they have it. There's no other, you can't do anything to them.
Well, that's the thing. It was a mix of cryptocurrencies too. But
if most is in Bitcoin, it's a pretty smart move, right? Considering the price, I guess. Alts, though, still suffering. I mean, even looking at some, 2, 5, 6% up on a bunch, I'm looking at a list. There's still like all-time low prices for a lot of these, which is a little scary. But I guess, DCA in eventually.
Don't just say it. Like, you want to show people what we're talking about here?
Maybe. Let's see.
Your homie just said hello.
Our homie.
Bama.
Oh, look at now. Let me go back to my browser here. Where is it? Bitcoin, Ethereum, 1900, Flux 27, Polkadot 436, Solana 127. I mean, look at Solana. This is ridiculous.
You're buying Solana at $14. Why is it ridiculous?
It's ridiculous because a month ago it hit 291, or maybe a little bit over a month ago. This is why it's ridiculous. It should. Yeah,
gotta like crank your neck.
Look at that.
Did you sell?
Depressing. No, I didn't.
Well, there's your problem.
I know. I probably would be pretty stoked if I sold. No, look, I don't want to say that I'm the like round tripping or anything, but the problem is that I feel that if I would have tried to take profits a couple months ago, that next thing you know, stuff just keeps ripping. It just seems to be what happens with the market when I really want to make some aggressive moves. It wants to do the opposite. I still think this is a great price, but something we'll talk about, I think, on Wednesday, we're going to have a space on meme coins is, are the trenches cooked? Is the meme coin hype that's been really strong for, I'll say, a year, has it calmed down? Are we going to see a turn of tides here in the cycle? And I still think meme coins will still do significantly well, but I really think the landscape has changed now. And the only way really to confirm that is going to be when we have our next big movement up and we see, Bitcoin back to, say, 100K or more, maybe Solana, get back over 200. Then, if we see the volume and stuff come back. But some of the things I've saw is like Pump Fund was some of the lowest volume and launches and stuff reaching bonding in since it started. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting time here coming up, but a lot of these alts that if you got conviction in Solana, Avalanche, any of them, you'll probably turn out to do really well. Let's see. Where's AVAX here, for example? 1850, as high as 55 in December. So, oh no, I like Avalanche as well too. I know they got a big focus on gaming, and that this week we're going to see a lot of that come Friday. I wonder if we could have Snooch or somebody tap in with their phone with a video feed maybe in there. It'll be you're muted.
I would love to see that.
I know it might be early. It might be 9 a.m. there, but get in there on a Friday. And
what do you mean? It's 9 a.m. for me right now.
That's what I mean. It's the start of the conference day. It might not be as bumping as, say, like 1 o'clock, but you could go in there and see some booths. Huh?
It's going to be packed. People are going to show up. Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Because you have to think, like, Thursday's opening day.
Oh.
So like, right from the start, there's going to be a lot of people just showing up. But Friday morning, let's be real, a lot of people that weren't able to get off work in time for Thursday, they're going to be showing up Friday morning, taking a long weekend, and just slamming it back. So it's going to be good right from the start. And I believe it looked like, I want to say it looked like registration was open at 8:30, or doors were open at 8:30 with registration.
Maybe Snooch could go down to the pier and stream for us. What we were talking about last stream.
Where? What pier?
We can find all the little people running around.
Oh my
God. Eating soup out of sourdough bread. Almost getting shot or shanked.
Oh man.
Oh. I really want to go back there. Food's great. The city's a little sketchy. No, but we got to get that live feed from Snooch and see what's going on there. He's going to be in heaven because of that conference is just, that's his jam. So it'll be dope to, see all the booths and everybody that's present for that. It feels weird that there's a big conference going on and we're not all headed to it. It seems like every 3 or 4 weeks we're at the airport and off to another one of these conferences. But I think next one might be Token. If Action, you're going to end up getting called last minute to this or to Mining Disrupt. I have a feeling one of the two.
I'm feeling a little sick.
He's feeling a little sick until somebody from Mining Disrupt who's going is like, Action, you have to be here. I need you to interview me.
No, literally, Action. If you don't go to Mining Disrupt, I think half of the KOLs at Mining Disrupt will just be like, we're moving this to Action's house. I think we have his address.
They will actually. I think if you weren't there,
I'll sponsor some chickens if they come over.
That's next week, right? Like the 27th.
Is it already, dude? This is bad.
Yeah, this spring kind of. There's a lot of conferences that sort of like butt up to each other, but there hasn't been a lot of promotion that I've seen on anything that's going on this month and the beginning of next month. I've been getting a bunch of messages and emails and various stuff about SWE and Basecamp as well as Token, but Oh, 25th through the 27th. So
you have 7 days and 17 hours and 29 minutes.
action to get there. That's how much time Action has to get there to start interviewing.
Lovely.
Don't worry, I'll put it in your calendar.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Hey, when we're talking about meme coins on Wednesday, let me open this up. Come on, load. Are we going to talk about growth?
You sharing your screen with that or no?
No, I was looking to see how they just GM'd me. You know how that goes. These guys.
Yes, on Hedera. You got to hit that follow back, right?
I want to see if you're going to say something about that.
I figure I would. No, I see. Look at this. See post in here. Here we go. Love scroll. Post huge Hedera
Max
kit. Maxi.
Oh, right. No, he's not a Maxi. He's better than that.
No, I mean he holds a lot of great projects, but I know like his conviction behind Hedera karate is really strong, and rightfully so. I mean, look, when we were at HederaCon, I wasn't sure what to expect. I figured, just something going on during ETH Denver, but they had a really nice spot, and if you were to go in there, you almost, unless you move around, like really walk around, you would think it's only like one stage in a little area, but they had that whole other second stage and a bunch of booths throughout the two rooms. So
it was awesome. HederaCon, like shout out to those guys. They did such a great job.
So it was cool to do that. And then actually, like we said, we went to the fight. So then just to be part of something that runs on Hedera. So
by the way, this is the real Growth account. That was just another Growth account.
So unfollow that other one.
I'm just say.
Right.
Yeah, make sure you follow the right one, not the wrong one, everyone. Like Action.
I'm unfollowing it in a second. Yeah, there we go. Unfollow.
Kind of surprised myself, Bama.
Well, this is Growth, but it's this one right here. It's Growth, but it's AI Growth. It's running on an LLM basically. And that's the question that I have for you in regards to the market. So I'm seeing more and more accounts being AI based, essentially, like they're not actually running it themselves, just AI running these accounts. Is that where we're headed?
Oh man, dude. So there's going to be a space coming up this week on AI, specifically because of everything that I saw at ETH Denver. The amount of AI agents, the amount of AI bots where literally people don't run their own accounts anymore. The whole entire companies aren't running their accounts anymore. And they're just having their own subsections of their companies to interact with their own posts. And it's all AI operated. So at that point, you used to be able to trust some of the information that was going out there. And now when you're looking at some of the DMs that come in, or even from like genuine companies, that you can go and confirm that it has been real in the past. And now you're just like, man, this is so AI. It reads all AI. And you're just like, I just have zero desire to talk to you about this. Like,
because you're not really talking to anybody about it here.
Like one of the worst ones, I'm not going to lie, one of the worst AIs that I've ever experienced in my life, the Verizon AI.
Verizon?
Oh, yeah. If you call into the Verizon services, it just takes you into their new AI bot. Worst service of my life.
And I'm in the background over here trying to look for a tweet. I think CZ said it. I saw one already on the top about his comment on, might have been a reply and not a retweet. It was about AI agents and specifically about X. And it was either him or somebody had made some sort of thing like, is this what we really want on X? Because, X bans or Twitter bans accounts and suspends accounts all the time. It's like, is that going to have to happen because everything turns into AI here and no one's running their own stuff? So this on AI agents, I have an unpopular opinion. This is the one about that not every single AI agent needs its own token. But there was a couple others, I think, that he said that were more aligned with should that actually be something on Twitter going on. And it's debatable. Like I've seen ones that provide some info, but if it's just AI that's going to be running all the accounts, then I don't
So what
know.
do you have to say about this? According to DeFi Llama, it also has
About him.
a tutorial. Her team making a new video on tutorial how to create AI agents on BNB chain.
That's contradicts his tweet from
Right?
several hours earlier. That was what's the time? Is that just from 2 hours ago?
No, this is not 2 hours ago. This is February 16th. So this is yesterday.
Okay, so
What? February
Wait,
16th
February
was not
16th?
yesterday.
Oh,
so a
sorry.
month
What
ago.
in the world?
March. Sorry, I looked for this specifically.
Whoa.
This year,
So,
a month
so
ago.
yesterday he said that, and then
This is
the
a month ago.
follow-up-
Month ago.
a month ago, and then 8 hours ago, he's saying that not every AI agent should have its own token. They could take fees in existing crypto for providing a service. Launch a coin only if you have scale. Focus on utility, not tokens.
So that's not an unpopular opinion, and there's a bunch of different companies working on that. Literally, man, he should have gone to Eat Denver. He would have understood so much. There's so many different AI agents that are being built on different blockchains because they're
Yeah.
just like, why not take advantage of it? The one guy, I can't remember the name of the company, but they basically have an AI agent that works alongside a validator. So that way, anytime that they're doing the actual like validation process, they're just getting more block rewards because of how they're doing everything. Like they're acting, I think it was like
Wait,
he's
what?
acting as like a secondary. Instead of sharing the block rewards with everything else, the AI agent is getting a percentage of all the block rewards that would have been shared in the initial system that they had built.
So the AI agent's performing work and then getting paid off of the rewards from
So he has a
being
bunch of people
validator?
sharing like all piled in money into the validator, and now a portion of that validator's block rewards are going to the AI agent. Which is performing duties for them.
So okay, I'm going to give you some homework. Figure out who that was so I can talk to them because that does not compute. Because like, I can see you leveraging AI to try to find the best possible method of like closing a block or something like that as far as validators go, and like trying to be the one that's actually providing the service for whatever transaction is going on. But beyond that, I don't see how AI could do that.
I don't know how he's paying it out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see this.
No, that's fair. I'll
Is
go
it?
through my Telegram. It's probably in there.
Well, if you need a wallet address for anybody to send payments to, I could provide one just in case. I don't mind.
multiple.
I don't mind getting a slight cut just for for no reason whatsoever.
I think it's called donations.
Yeah, no, donate to me. We got conferences to see and people to interview.
No, we do have a lot of people to interview. That's a fact right there. Scott, real quick, we're supposed to talk about the markets. Did you hear how some people are talking about how we could, have a floor like sub 70 depending how things go?
So I think I heard a little bit about this because what was it last week? The trader that did leverage, was it $5 million leverage trade that seemed to call the long and the short right after some tweets were made. Was up a significant amount yesterday or last night. I believe there was a short put out, significant short put out. A bunch of whales were trying to get the person liquidated. I think would have to hit about 85 for that to happen.
Mhm.
Added to the position, so I don't think the liquidation happened. They got it as high as just over 85, I think, on the one candle. And I want to say, if the tweets I saw were correct, there was take profits supposedly set at 70 something and like 68. I think that's right. Am I close on the numbers?
You are. You're absolutely right.
All right.
And I'll share two little things here, which I thought were obviously you have this going on here with William talking about the FUD of $70,000 floor, 5 things you need to know in Bitcoin this week. This is how you get clickbait to work, guys. Beginning of the week, like 5 things you need to know, which I think is kind of hilarious because if you go on William's, like everything that he's written out here, it's like Bitcoin up, Bitcoin down, Bitcoin up, Bitcoin down, Bitcoin up, Bitcoin down, Bitcoin up. It's just clickbait over and over again. But that doesn't change the fact that we did see $1.7 billion in outflows from exchange traded products.
Ooh.
That's a lot of money.
17th straight day. We talked about at first when we first saw ETFs or ETPs with Bitcoin, how there's some, Grayscale was selling off, I guess, but you saw that there were so many days of just buying and adding. It was almost like, oh my God, 300 million came in, 500 million, a million, and now to see this reverse, I mean, it fits the mold of how choppy things have been.
Inflows still on the positive side, right? Like it's 912 million. But yeah, $5.4 billion in 5 weeks. That's significant. That's a lot.
It is very, very significant.
That's bigger than the Bybit hack.
When I think about that, it's insane that immediately they're like, we're still solvent. Like, we still have enough money to cover everything. There's no issues here or whatever. Like, didn't put like a dent in anything, really.
How much money are they making off of us? That's the question.
That was just pretty much one wallet. And you think about having or moving 1.5 billion from a wallet to another one or wherever they're doing it. Just wonder how many more billions they have in other wallets, other tokens, stables,
who knows how much.
Yeah. If you could just say, hey, don't worry, everything's cool. We could absorb $1.5 billion hit. Like, you got serious money. So normally if that would have happened a few years back, you'd have seen like prices tank normally.
Oh yeah.
Just like
big time. Yeah,
$10,000 drop.
We're at a point where 1.4 billion in Bybit hack is not that much. Talking about Bybit hack, you know who mentioned the Bybit hack? No, I'm just wondering if you know.
Everybody.
These guys.
The old crew over there, yes.
The old crew over there.
I did see something on this earlier.
Yeah, was it this one?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Scott's just shaking his head. Toki, why don't you talk us through this actually?
Well, I'm pretty sure everyone knows Ben Armstrong, BitBoy. He was one of the original fighters for the IFC, got a lot of help getting everything set up with Adam Charles, and George was also there to build the IFC. And
bro, I started the IFC with Scott, but that's not neither here nor there. We can go over that story later, but go ahead.
I'll take, if we're really going to take credit, everyone listening, including George and including Adam, all of you, if you want to know who really, really started it, I technically didn't start it, but I put the pieces together for it to begin. Well, like months before. So that's I'll just take the credit.
It was Scott.
So that no one else could argue. They could stop arguing about it, because if you want to get down to the real specifics, if I didn't line the pieces up correctly, it probably wouldn't have happened. Just saying.
But continue. What's going on here? Anyway, BitBoy's going off on a rant right now. He's
attacking. He's after everyone, and then to see this,
everybody
I couldn't believe it.
I don't know how to say this, but it doesn't hold too much weight, just because of like how he's been going down on people so much. Yeah, even the people that like friends of ours in the space, which is kind of wild too.
Yeah. The thing a little bit honestly upsetting about this, just on knowing a little bit, and obviously working over with George and them for a bit, is George and Ben were cool for a while. And Ben, from what I know, had got paid really well to fight in the first IFC. So just on dollar transactions for purse of a fight and things like that, I don't understand how you could throw shade at somebody if they scored you and got you that big of a payday in a sense, unless there's
You can't
something
buy
of
me, 'cause
real
you can't buy
substance.
me out
But
here, you know, you can't. That's what Ben would say.
there could be. I mean, you know, who knows what story is behind this or whatever. Apparently, there's lots of people in Ben's book. I haven't read any of the stuff that was pushed out so far.
Yeah,
But
you ignore a lot of things. I just yeah, I don't. I just read it and keep it to myself. But because here's my concern, Josh, are you guys okay? Like, get on the chat and just say that you're okay. I'm worried about you guys because I saw this the other day. That was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, tagged in that, but no, I think after ETH Denver, yeah, everyone got sick. So hopefully,
But
I
he
mean,
said it's going to be back tomorrow on Alpha First, bro.
Oh wait.
he meant
Wait,
probably today.
Scott,
Hmm.
are you
What?
making a video with them?
With who?
What says Fang
What?
CK and the Dabatola?
No, what says? Oh, since I done. Oh no, last video, not by me. Last video is this other one. What do you got? Making you read
Let's
it out.
go back and check what it looks like. Here's the Alpha First channel. If you go under videos, yep, that's
Action.
Scott's face right there.
Oh no, yeah, I did a bunch of stuff over there, but I haven't, that stopped.
Oh, this video is hilarious. Like you're
That was a
having
good
an
one.
interview with Arthur Hayes. and
Interviewing Arthur Hayes and CZ shows up, just walks right in the room, like, all right,
Oh hi.
like, hey, what's going on? No, yeah, that was the last actual video I did. That was in
That was 3 months ago.
Yeah, that was.
But if you go on the
Bangkok or whatever.
live,
the
I mean-
lives was about a month ago. But after wrapping up there, we started the GM live stream, which is good. And I know Josh was going pretty hard at doing the streams, and they were really putting out a lot of stuff. But ETH Denver apparently took out
A lot of people.
a lot of people.
Which let me go back, Josh. Let us know you're okay. No, I'm
all
dead
right.
serious, dude. Like I want to make sure Josh is okay.
Well, if you knowing Josh, the entire time that I basically worked over there for like a year plus, he never got sick in all the traveling that we did.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
he never got sick on any of the trips.
Wow.
Denver got him sick. I came back from the Singapore trip and I was toast for 3 weeks, all the way until Salt Lake City. And he's like, yeah, I never get sick. I'm like, it caught up, I guess maybe ETH Denver. But last year was the same thing from what I heard. Everyone went to ETH Denver, got sick. This year, I think I was on the edge of getting sick the whole time. Action, you ended up losing your voice. And I just blame that on not even just it being a conference, but being there for like 10 days,
It was a long time.
And so once you go there for 3 days, you go in the conference, there's thousands of people. Sure, somebody's sick, you could get sick. But if you're there for the whole week, like you got to worry about getting sick before the conference even starts. Like we saw so many people and interviewed and talked with people, and it wasn't even people, like most of the people weren't even in town yet. And then they leave town and we were still there for a few more days.
And you have to think about the fact of it is such a large international function. I mean, down in the Bidler sub, there was people from literally all over the world, from almost every single continent except for Antarctica.
There's probably, well, do people live in Antarctica? Because if they do, then there's some people that might have come.
Wait a minute. I was actually
No.
in space the other day where
No,
someone
no.
was literally just on a flight out of Antarctica and they were coming back.
Dude, who did we talk to? There was a guy that was from the furthest tip of South America.
Oh, Patagonia.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. He doesn't have social media.
That's awesome and a nightmare at the same time.
Oh yeah, for
Like, can you imagine if you didn't use social media? Like, God, I probably wouldn't have anxiety. Life would probably be very, very peaceful.
Instead, you have to listen to influencers visiting the White House.
What?
You saw this today, right?
No, I didn't. But that walk is hilarious.
That's why I thought so too. Yeah, no, McGregor showed up to the White House today.
I can't believe a leprechaun walked out of the White House.
Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. Is that the reason why he was at the White House?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm here to see Trump. And Trump's like, bring a Guinness. You know, like Trump's like, let's do every stereotypical thing possible. Let's have Conor McGregor here. Let's get a Guinness, some corned beef and hash. You know?
Yeah,
Well,
but like he legit took the podium, bro. Like he was just like talking about, dude, like this was serious. Like he went like on and on what was going on in there.
No,
yeah.
Oh, so this is serious like that. It wasn't him just like, hey, I'm here for a pint and then I'm out.
No.
Oh, he had something to say.
He did, yeah. He was criticizing the policies of like immigration in Ireland and stuff.
Yeah, but this is the United States.
Yeah,
he's talking about the Irish Americans.
Yeah, Irish Americans need to hear the U.S. leadership. So apparently, the U.S. is buying Ireland now too.
Oh wait.
So wait a minute, it's on our list. So we got what? We're trying to get Canada, Greenland, and Ireland.
Now we got Ireland.
That's an interesting one.
And then there's a few islands that we're still trying to negotiate about.
What do you think he eyes up after Ireland? What's next?
I'm thinking like he might just go for Africa as a whole. I don't know.
Oh man. What country besides the United States has the most concentration of McDonald's and Diet Coke? Whatever country has the biggest GDL, like gross domestic or liter of of Coke, Diet Coke, that's where we're going next. Wherever the biggest bottling plant is. No, I saw something last night that like Trump lives off Diet Coke, and man, if I could live off soda, I would too. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, look at this. I see some comments in here. Irish. Oh, man. I remember the days of being young and getting up at like 7 in the morning. I've done it a couple times when I was in Chicago. Go get a Guinness or get Irish car bomb, eat some corned beef, look at the Green River. They dyed the river green for some silly reason.
So they do that. I think it's Chicago does that. And then so State College, probably one of the worst things possible, has State Patty's Day instead of St. Patrick's Day.
Ooh.
Because basically State College, the town itself, had basically told all the kids that you can't have St. Patty's Day because they don't want people to party and it gets too wild and crazy. And so they created State Patty's Day.
Does everybody roll up in buggies? Like they deck out their Amish buggies in green and they just all roll up with like kegs on the back?
No, like I think it's like
everybody gets wasted and builds a barn by hand.
Over half of Penn State's population at the main campus is international students. So as far as that goes, like, oh yeah,
it's
That's
all
so weird.
They all drank Yangling instead of Guinness.
No, they all go and get green dye and they make like different jungle juices and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it gets crazy. And then
I just can't imagine this too much just because of knowing the area and of going to a skateboard camp out in that area in the middle of nowhere. And then like 30 minutes away, there's like this little town with like a hospital and a school and that's it. I just can't picture it. I just picture like the Amish just taking over.
When school's in, dude, you're talking about 50,000 plus people come to that small town.
It's like a UT thing. That's crazy because like Austin's a big city, but they have like 50 to 100,000 that just come for, I think it's UT or whatever, or the other school. And it basically doubles the amount of people that are in downtown instantly.
Oh yeah, I loved it during the summer because no one's there and you can actually like walk places and drive around and like do what you want to do. It's just then nowhere's open as well because they don't have any of the manpower.
So now out of all those 50,000, how many do you think hold crypto?
Ooh, right now? probably a minimum of like 20%.
Really?
I'm not going to lie, almost every single, this is going to sound crazy, almost every single person that I talked to from Asia had crypto.
This is really interesting because that you got to think of the age of college, right? Say 18 through 24. So that generation of people born, I guess, what is that? The end of the 90s, maybe somewhere around there. No, No, they were born at the end of the 90s, right?
No,
Or
it's
early
2025.
2000s. Early 2000s then, if they're under 25 for a college student. So, and
They're
crypto being
18.
around, I guess crypto for most of them have been around or have come out from ages of like 6 to 12. That's pretty interesting now.
You have to
They're
think.
sort of growing up on the adoption or the, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say on the adoption curve, but like almost being born into it, but still 20%.
The kids that are going through college right now, their parents are most likely millennials, and millennials, I believe, hold a vast majority of crypto. Like,
They
we're one
probably
of the-
need to,
we're one of
they're probably the
biggest
generation
adopters
that
of it.
holds the most.
That's my peoples.
Yeah, that's right.
Now that is.
So my
Gotta love
generation,
millennials.
the one up, doesn't hold. It's your generation, and I guess, but no, 20% to me seems like a pretty significant amount from that age group. But in theory, I guess if you spent, you know, the ages of 10 onward, at least hearing about it in some fashion in the background, eventually, when you get to that point of having to, you know, maybe pay for your own finances or pay bills or stuff like that, and you're looking to make money. You know, 4 years ago, even you go through, or a few years ago, you go through that huge NFT hype and, you know, lots of speculation on these projects. So I could see, but yeah, I mean, I'm just surprised by it. Just overall adoption to me seems like it's not there. Like I feel like crypto's everything because of all the people I talk to.
It's still a university, so it's still looking at like the most forward advancing technologies.
Yeah.
Even when you think of like U of P, University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, they were one of the first adopters of rippling technology from Ripple. They used that to help bring down the overall cost of the electricity.
Wait, what did you call that school?
UFP?
UFP?
U of P.
U of P. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what UPenn, right?
UPenn. Yeah, I've never heard anybody call it U of P.
Well, you don't live in Pennsylvania.
I know. We're gonna go with the Pennsylvania person's
and I
side on this.
Thousands of dollars at that school renting it out.
I'm so sorry.
For multiple summers. So.
Oh yeah. No, it's pretty common over here for UOP because we have to like. There's too many Pennsylvania universities or things that are related to it.
All right, your state also has adopted I believe a Bitcoin reserve they want to do, right? Pennsylvania was the first state, I think, that said they wanted to go that route. So, no, that's.
And Penn State has a blockchain society in the works. I think they also have their Bitcoin blockchain society as well.
I wonder how many universities are. I bet you there's a lot of universities that have now have Bitcoin or crypto kind of. I don't want to say.
Don't you remember at Denver how many we had come up to our booth?
Oh yeah,
there was at least I think there was around 13 different universities that were present at the Build-A-thon, and I don't even know how many of them came to us and were like, "Hey, we want to know how to get in touch with other groups, like other universities."
They're actual university, like staff university, not just students.
Both. Both.
Well, I'm sure students, obviously, probably people come out
brought a lot of students out. You know what I mean? Like that was part of it. It's like they have their clubs and they want to be supportive. And hey, there's money on the line. Maybe we can get money for the schools. So yeah, let's send these kids out.
Also, some of the mentors down at the mentor booth were from some of the schools as well, because they had come previous years, graduated from those schools, and then came back to help with that program. And they connected through the Bilbo group for Denver, which was actually
the initial
really cool.
thing I think of with, some of these large scale universities is like projects, like Flux and others that do DePIN, that you have universities that essentially have unlimited power pretty much because they're like a small city and they have tons and tons of hardware themselves that are often not even being utilized, not even a fraction of it. So I would love to see more of those universities showing up, not just like Denver, but to like a Mining Disrupt and to other ones
there.
Yeah, to see really how with the amount of tuition costs and the overhead. Well, it's money on the table. It's in there. If they just use these machines at idle times, there could be money and revenue generated. It could lead to a lot of things. I hate saying to reduce tuition, but
for once.
What'd you say?
Could lead to Flux being in the green for once.
There are some
I'm still in the
schools right
green.
now that are operating. Okay, so I don't think you can operate nodes necessarily under the federal laws because then you wouldn't be able to get the federal funding. But I believe you can operate some of the actual miners that they were doing. Because I know whenever I was going to Penn State, there was a few guys who had just bought Bitcoin miners, like actual mining units.
Yeah,
And
because
mining at school?
electricity, bro. That's why.
See, that's so we've
I'm not gonna
seen
lie,
news-
like so many frat houses. There's maybe 3 or 4 that may have accidentally been running some Bitcoin miners.
I mean, you saw that there was stuff in the news about people that got arrested for having like janitors running Bitcoin miners like in elementary schools and like storage ways, and so I could totally see that. I probably, if I was in college around this whole time in the last decade or so, I'd probably be one of those people that are like, I bet you I could run this Bitcoin miner off of the school's power.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm just gonna say this. I never got caught.
No,
right.
using that other power,
Dude,
That's
it's
what's
10
up.
a.m. It's 10 a.m. We've been here, BSing for a whole hour. Well, 2 things. I want to get more structure. Next show, we're gonna have more structure to this thing.
Let's do it.
We're gonna make sure that Scott isn't bad mouthing his old employers like he did in this one. And yeah, this should be great.
This guy right here, this guy right over there likes to.
Bro, I want to
likes
make sure
insta-
Josh is okay. I just like fanning the flame a little bit, but I'm really curious if he's doing okay.
Just shoot him a message, see what's going on.
I will. No, I am.
Him like the rest of us got sick, but apparently he got sicker because most of us bounce back after a week.
Yeah, no, I bounced
But
back.
I know the feeling. That Singapore trip was the worst I've been sick in like
it was rough. Yeah,
in like a decade or two.
Oh, I have a very important message to put out as well.
All right.
Action. Make sure you check your Telegram DMs. A lot of people are trying to reach you on the day-to-day. Just scroll
Thank you.
through them.
No, yeah, that's part
know?
of the schedule today for sure.
Yeah, there's a few things that we have to go over too, that messages and some groups of stuff that we're working on. So yeah, action. Carve out
We
some
got a lot
time later.
going on. We got like
for our
I'm
meeting.
not leaving my seat for anything. Like I got a lot going on. Anyway, you guys want to highlight any content creators out there before we close the stream? Anybody you want to give a shout out to other than Bama?
J Chains.
J Chains.
J Chains, he tweeted the other day, he's solely going off doing his own thing, fully supporting his his own channel, not associating with really everyone else, but he wants to do collabs with lots of content creators and people out there. And I think that we'll all be doing something with him shortly and maybe some streams, and we got to get him on at some point. But J Chains is awesome. And it's hard to find like real quality people in this space. And he's on the short list of those people. So I hope to see his channel explode and him do amazing.
And he's made some good money by betting on soccer on the Karate Combat app.
I won my 4 bets I placed 4 bets on teams and won them all.
Yeah,
I had no idea what I was doing.
Funny thing though is that this was for football, not soccer, but we'll let him get away with it. You know who else is like living his best life right now? That's
Harley Hermanson.
Well, Harley's he's at the goat shed right now having a good
Right.
time. That's
Oh,
for
nice.
sure. But look, this guy,
Oh yeah.
freaking AJ's like living it. I was like, yeah, V Chain is over 100% up. I'm happy for him.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Another one that's awesome.
Yeah, just so for every terrible person that is out there, just remind everybody that there are really good people as well. So just gotta know where to look and
He's gonna be a
avoid.
dad soon.
Who's gonna be a dad soon?
AJ.
You're gonna be a dad soon. Toki's gonna be a
No.
dad.
AJ writes crypto.
This is where you start talking about kids, and my screen changes to the Homer Simpson graphic going through the bushes, and I'm like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo." I'm out of here. I have a couple dogs, cats. I'm cool.
That's funny.
I'm good.
Wow.
So on that note,
On that note, any more guys? Anything else y'all want to share? Anything you want to make sure people understand that's going on out there?
honestly, market is boring as that.
Boring.
It is right now. We're floating in this like 80s range for so many days. we'll see. I think honestly we'll be like this for a couple more weeks before we see any actual movement. So maybe April time. Hopefully we'll have an April like last year where things gone up. But no, I think that anybody who's been around for a while knows that this happens. You zoom out, you'll see big pullbacks like that. If you've been around for a while, you're not scared of these things. You take advantage of the opportunity and you put in more to your conviction plays or DCA in. And, we hope that the cycle picks back up and that we could, take our profits. But right now, things are a little bit down. It's all right.
Like this?
This is exactly, except it needs to move. I need to go and disappear. But yeah, other than that, we'll be back on Wednesday. And yeah.
Toki, what about on your front?
Yeah.
Last thing I want to share.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Gensio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a hive.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Go back at the Gensio Media House.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today.